Welcome back to Jabroni Drive. Welcome back to the channel. RXR back here to bring you another video game unboxing video. Today behind me I have the DragonQuest 11 Bring Arts line, and then we will end the video with from DragonQuest 3, the hero. So let's do what we do best here on Jabroni Drive. Let's unbox figures and let's talk about video games today. Let's go to work, guys. Alright, we're going to start off today's video with the hero from DragonQuest 11. I don't think he has an actual name. You can name him whatever you want when you play. I guess he's the Luminary, right? Here's the back of the box. The Luminary from DragonQuest 11. Now you can get these on eBay, but they're kind of rare in a way. I think they came out in like 2018, 2019, like when the game came out. But if you want them, you'll be paying a pretty hefty price, like $200, $250, $300, $400. Like that's how much you're gonna be paying for some of these if you want them. This guy might be a little cheaper, but some of them are like a lot. So let's go ahead. Let's take this bad boy out of the box. You can see there's a lot of accessories here, so let's go. Boom, here's what you're dealing with here. There it is in the plastics. Get a few enemies. There's something important about this middle guy, but see, I beat the game, but the story's actually not over yet. Like I played it on the PS4 originally, and then I didn't like see it all the way through, so I don't really know what happens with this guy. There's something about this guy, but I don't know what it is. But then they came out with a new version. So it's DragonQuest 11 Echoes of the Elusive Age, and then the newer version is Echoes of the Elusive Age S, which I have on Xbox, but I never played it. I wanted to, but I just didn't replay it. Well, let's take them out. Now, obviously, with every Bring Arts purchase, you always get the stand, a couple clips for the character, and this thing, part of the stand. But with this, it obviously has a bunch of enemies and whatnot, so you can use, I'm assuming, these for those. So yeah, here is your figure right here. Here's the Luminary from DragonQuest 11. Just comes out so easily. That's how Bring Arts usually go. Look at this. That's awesome. Look at all the detail on there. Got a little pack right there that you hold all your items in. That's a pretty big pack. Got the shoulder belt thing. That must be for the sword. Obviously, you can stick probably the sword holder back there. Obviously, the Bring Arts typical articulations. You can pretty much pose it however you want. Lots of detail here. It looks right out of the game. Gotta love that. Twist right here. Got a little bit of ab crunch going on. This thing's awesome. I'm digging it. Alright, let's see what else we got. Let's look at some of them accessories. So starting off, you got yourself the sword holder, right? Now, this piece, obviously, well, how does this go? This is kind of crazy. I'm not sure. It looks like you might be able to do something like this. I'm just assuming this might not be the facts alive. And then this must go like this. We're just jamming things in there. It's probably gonna break. I think that's how, because you start off with this sword, or just like a regular sword. I think this is probably how it goes. Maybe. I could be wrong. I think I'm wrong. I think this actually goes with this sword. So I think it probably goes like this, because it looks like the whatever the sword is. It's kind of like the Master Sword. I'll show you in a second. Dude, that's funny. I literally already broke it. I literally already broke the dang sword. No, I didn't. Pretty sure it just snaps back in there. Can't really see it that well, but... See, there's like square. Maybe. Yeah, so that just goes right back in. But actually, I'm pretty sure you go like this. Something like this. So boom, you get your first sword. Then we got this sword. It's some type of legendary sword similar to the Master Sword. That's how they roll in DragonQuest. Like, there's a lot to Dragon Quest XI. Like, it's one of those games, like, people talk about Expedition 33. Well, you know, if you want another great turn-based JRPG experience, or RPG experience, I mean, Dragon Quest XI, Persona. Those types of games, too, would try those out next. Probably, like, the best takes on turn-based role-playing games in the modern realm. But this game is long. I mean, I felt like it was a long game. Like, it felt like you were on a journey and an adventure. It feels like an old game, but new. Like, it feels like what they imagined the old games would be like. That's why I like, this is a great game. It's worth a replay. Eventually, maybe someday I'll replay it. Because I don't even remember what happened, so it'd be like, it's almost like I'm playing it for the first time. But yeah, this is the, I don't know what the sword's called. It's not the Master Sword. Sword of the Luminary? I don't know. Something like that. It's a nice sword, though. But I believe this actually probably goes, I'm assuming, in here. Maybe. I could be wrong. Maybe I am wrong. I have to look at the directions to see. Because you can't, I don't think you can just force that through. Well, you could. You could just force that through. I'm not going to try it. I don't want to break it. It's too nice to break. But that's definitely not going to fit in this holster. Because I think that's for the regular sword. If you look at the directions, so I'm right. The holster's for the regular sword, and then the Master Sword, not really, goes with the little tiny piece holster. So I guess you do just force that down through there. And what else do we got here? Anything else significant? And obviously the fish goes on the mini stand. That makes sense. I might have to like super glue this piece on here because it's kind of hard to stay on once it comes off, it seems like. But yeah, that goes in the holster. Just like that. It's supposed to go on there, but obviously you stick that shaped piece in there, but now it's all loose since it came off one time, so I don't know what kind of design choice that is. Like, what's the point of that? Like, come on. That's not really a good choice. Maybe I'll try it one more time. This does not want to stay. It's like the sword's too heavy. So it clips in, and it just falls right out. Well, it'll stay, but it's going to fall as soon as it makes any, like, significant bump. As soon as it takes a bump like wrestling, it's going to be like, boom, see? But anyways, that's the sword. Figure that out later. Then you got your shield. Look at that, nice shield. Oops. Pretty nice. Got some good detail there. This goes in his hand. Obviously, can't have a figure without your different hands. Look at that. He has a luminary. It's almost kind of like Zelda because he has that symbol that glows on his hand, signifying that he's the luminary. Obviously, you got the weapon hands here. Trying to get a good zoom. Does the other hand have something on it too? Oh, it's just the same hand. But this time it's glowing. It's glowing yellow. Probably when he holds up the sword. And you got yourself a slime enemy. Well, you can take a look at that. Pretty cool. It's a basic enemy you see, find out in the world. Really? What's up with the fish? Something's up with the fish because I remember the fish now that I'm looking at it. Because he's wearing the same pack as the hero. Oh. There must have been a point in the game, maybe you can get, well, maybe there's an enemy that actually turns you into a fish. I'm pretty sure that might be a thing. Kind of like how in Final Fantasy there's that enemy that turns you guys into frogs. Or you get the frog curse or something like that. I think it's something similar. But it could be wrong, but that's supposed to jam in there. Pain, it's pain. See, look, he has a luminary symbol on his stomach. It has to be the hero. God, but this thing's a pain to get in here. I don't even want to do it. He's not even fully on the stand, but maybe he is. That's probably good enough. And then you got this guy. Something's important about this guy, like some type of end game deal. But I didn't see the end game all the way through, because you beat the game, you roll the credits, and then there's something going on with this. And nobody comment in the comments trying to ruin it for me, because I'll play it eventually, because it seems like it's very interesting. But yeah, that this is the hero that you get. Boom, you get all this stuff. I might have to super glue that sword on, or the freaking holster onto the sword. But that's not really a big deal. Well, let's move on to the next one. Alright, up next we have Eric, the first party member you'll come across in your adventure in, I was gonna call it Final Fantasy, DragonQuest 11. Let's check him out. Eric. These Dragon Quest figures have pretty good artwork on them, on the boxes, compared to Final Fantasy 7. So basic. Look at that. Pretty sweet. These guys look like Dragon Ball Z. That's because I'm pretty sure there's something about the guy who does the art for Dragon Ball Z must do the same artwork for Dragon Quest, maybe. I don't know if it's Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, but obviously you can tell the similarities there. Let's take them out. Still inside the plastic is what it looks like. Alright, here we have your Eric Bring Arts figure. Look at that. Very sweet. Look at the detail on there. I think, isn't he like a thief? I don't remember. He might be like a thief type character. Spiky Dragon Ball Z hair going on. Some earrings. 2 earrings. A necklace that's just stuck on. Alright, let's take a look at some of Eric's accessories here. Now, firstly, Eric, unlike the Luminary, comes with 2 different head sculpts, which you just pop the whole head off and, well, yeah, you just pop the whole head off. Sometimes with these figures, there'll be a separate piece for the hair that comes off and a separate piece for the face. With him, it just looks like it's a full-on head sculpt, which this face sculpt's kind of similar to the one he already has on. What's up with the blue hair anyways? He dyes hair to get it this way. Just like the Luminary, he comes with a little stand for the little monster. It comes with the little monsters you fight, which, I don't know, the monsters are kind of cartoony like in Dragon Quest, but it's kind of loose. That's all right. It's not really a big deal. I wish they came with like the main bad guy, or not. I mean, I wish they had the main bad guy, but I don't know. I forget what the Archfiend. I think that's what they call the main bad guy in Dragon Quest, is the Archfiend. So you got that. And then you have a treasure chest that actually opens up. But no treasure. No treasure in the treasure chest. I figured there might be like a monster in here or something, because, you know, sometimes they like to do the fake treasure chest thing where the treasure chest is actually and they're pretty hard to beat too when it's a fake treasure chest. So you got this. And then our boy Eric here specializes in daggers. So he uses 2 daggers, but some of these people actually specialize in multiple weapons. So he has these daggers that you can use. Pretty sweet looking. But you could put these in the treasure chest, and it could be like an item you find in there, I guess. But he also has a boomerang, and then he has this thing, which you can only hold 1 dagger, and so what's the point? Is that what that's for? Or is this for the boomerang? I think it's for the... You have to get the directions out and look. Because you can do that. But what's the point? I'm gonna look at the directions real quick for Eric. Yeah, so he actually does hold one of the daggers goes in the holster. But not, he doesn't have enough holsters for 2, and then he has the boomerang. Which I don't even really remember the boomerang. I remember the daggers. And then obviously, you have extra hand parts here, which he has more hand parts than the Luminary. The Luminary has 3 pairs of hands, including the ones that are on him. But Eric here has 1, 2, 3, 4 pairs of hands. So this is Eric. Now obviously, let's see how this, where does this fit on him? Right at the back side there. As you can see, you got the hole right there. You have to work around the stand though. Not sure how he holds it on, if it's sideways. You gotta be careful too when you're pressing the thing. You might bend up the, you might end up bending the holster peg thing. That wouldn't be a good thing. But yeah, let's move on to the next figure. And up next, see, 2 of the DragonQuest figures is actually a double pack. Pretty much the same price. If you bought these when they came out, it'd probably be the same price as just the individual figures, but 2 of them are in double pack. So this is the first set here, which is Rab, well, Sylvando. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name. I don't remember. Sylvando and Rab. And obviously they get the side. All the sides are the same. It just says a different name. And then it shows the characters doing things. Let's go ahead and take them out of the box. And this is the heaviest one. Like this box is pretty heavy. Look at this. Is what you get in this one. You get a lot of stuff. Well, it's just because there's 2 characters in there. Obviously in the back here, we got double stands. They have a lot of hands. Obviously the hands on the right I believe belong to Rab, and then these are Sylvando's I believe. Rab, this is Rab. No, he's pretty quality here. You can tell how quality this figure is. Like you can just tell. Because he's heavy. Like he's not light. Pretty heavy. You can see it. Like it's not cheap. You can tell it's some quality business. Has a little bit of plastic wrapped around him. Always carries the backpack around. Which I think, well, I don't know if you can take the backpack off. Well, no. Well, if you take the backpack off, you have to take the whole coat off, I'm assuming. Nah, I don't even know if it comes off at all. I had to read the directions. But I don't know I don't think he's ever without the backpack. God, he has a sleeping gear in there. Maybe he's holding everyone's sleeping gear. I don't know. And he's different, so you have to use the stand different here. Because he just has a hole right there. So you just put the stand in the backpack. It's kind of how the Death Stranding Death Stranding Figma is. It's pretty much the same way. And that's not the right stand. They both have different stands, I think. Maybe. And since he's so heavy, you're going to want to tighten the screws on your stand, because it's just going to bend. This guy can do some pretty cool stuff. He can do some Dragon Ball Z maneuvers. I'm pretty sure. So he comes with this. What else does he come with? I don't know if he uses any weapons. Obviously, this jabroni has a cane. You know, because he's old. He needs a cane to walk around, especially when he's carrying that backpack around. So he's got that. And then we have the equivalent of an adult magazine, because Rab's into dirty things like that. So you got this. It's kind of like Master Roshi. And you also, with this, you get the silver slime. Oh crap. Looks like it kind of has a scratch. Maybe it's just smudged up. But yeah, you get the silver slime. Which I'm pretty sure silver slimes, don't they give you like a lot of money or something if you beat them? I'm pretty sure you get extra XP, something like that. But they're like hard. I'm pretty sure they might only do 1 damage when you hit them. You might only give him 1 damage. It's like a mirror. You can like see me kind of. You can see the camera. Look at that. See my WWE Ultimate Editions. It's pretty sweet. But yeah, that's the silver slime right there. But then also you have here Sylvando in your little double pack you get here. But he's not as heavy. He has plastic around his body too that just slips out like that. And obviously you can see all the detail here. All this is loose. And by the way, that backpack, yeah, it's heavy. I mean, his details are just like that, pretty much. So we've got Sylvando here. This necklace is stuck on, but it still sticks out. There's a belt, loose belt here. What else we got going on? Obviously, typical articulations that you can imagine yourself. What else we got going on here? With your Sylvando, you get one extra face sculpt here. Now Rab has no extra face sculpts, but these are pretty much, one is this more serious face, one's smiling. Also with your Sylvando, you get the horn. I think this is for Sylvando. Pretty sure he plays this horn, but I don't really remember. It could be possibly for Rab, but I'm pretty sure it belongs to Sylvando. And then you got Sylvando's main weapons here, 2 rapiers, whatever you want to call them. Maybe. One looks like it's in a holster. And the handles come off so you can... The handles come off these swords so you can put his hand on it, basically, I'm assuming. But yeah, he has... And only one has a holster. What's up with that? Why does only one thing have a holster? Then you can slip that in right there on the side of his leg if you want. But you gotta be careful because you don't want to break it. Don't get too, you gotta be patient. So here's your Sylvando and your Rab figures. And then obviously you get a gazillion pair of hands for each character. Rab's on the right, Sylvando's on the left. Now up next, I was trying to go in order of how you meet the characters, but I don't remember if you meet these people first or if you meet Jade first. But we'll go with another double pack here. This is your, I don't even remember their names, but... What's their names? Veronica and Serena, which they're supposed to be twin sisters, but one's still a little kid. For whatever reason. Story. You know, whatever story implications. I think they all have a different symbol on the pack. Because look at that. That has to do with 2 twins. But alright, let's take them out of the package. Here's what they look like. Not as heavy as the other one. Not as heavy as Rab and Sylvando. Not even close. They come with a lot of accessories here. Alright. Right here. We have... I believe Serena. I was recording and I wasn't recording, so I was doing this and I wasn't really doing it, which is crazy, but obviously typical Bring Arts articulation. You got her weapon, her harp. She's like a healer, I believe, so she uses the harp to heal people, and then it has its own handpiece on here, so you gotta hook her arm up to this if you want to have this displayed on her. You got the jellyfish that hooks onto its own stand. Something like that. And then she has short hair version. Somewhere in the story she must cut her hair, I'm pretty sure. She kind of looks like a version of Bulma from Dragon Ball Z. And then we have... Is this Veronica? Her twin sister, that's a little girl still. Pretty sweet here. She has something going on right there. I wonder what that's for. There's plastic here that you gotta pull out. Comes out pretty easy. She does feature an extra head sculpt. Because let's see the difference here. Pretty similar. Maybe she's supposed to be more angry here. I can't tell because you can't see her eyebrows. And then I'm pretty sure she uses the whip. This is one of her choices for weapons, is the whip. Coiled up. And then we got elongated thorn whip. That's crazy. That would hurt. Vine whip. Jeez. And then she has this staff. She uses magic. She'd be more like I guess in Final Fantasy terms, she would use more like dark magic, I'm assuming, compared to her twin sister that uses light magic. I think that's supposed to be what the difference is there between them. Their magic styles. Serena has these hands. Then Veronica has these. And I did forget to mention that this is also a weapon, I'm assuming, for one of these sisters, but I'm not sure which one. This might be something really important, but I don't remember. Alright, up next we have Jade. Which I don't remember if she was the last person you met or not, but Obviously, here's her box, and yeah, they all have a different symbol here, actually. Let's see. Her poses, some of her poses there. Let's take her out of the box. Alright, here's what you get with your Jade figure. Get all this. Looking pretty sweet. Lots of detail there. For all you sickos. Nah, I'm just kidding. Long hair. The articulations. The legs are actually kind of stiff. There we go. Just gotta loosen them up a little. I mean, what else can you see? Anything else that's crazy? And obviously, I already got her stand set up here, so... Which is gonna be a pain. Sometimes the stands are a pain with the hair. So you gotta be careful there. You don't want to be ripping hair off. It probably comes off if you want. Which I don't know why you would want it to. She actually has high heels. I didn't really even notice that before. And she comes with this little monster. I don't know if that's her friend or if that's just a regular enemy, but the tail's not on. So you gotta put the tail on. Just like that. So there's that. And she has two different head sculpts. One where she's winking at you. And then one where she's looking to whoop some ass, apparently. Angry face. And she has a couple different pairs of hands, probably for the different weapons. She has a lot of weapons, kind of. But firstly, well, she comes with two different pairs of claws here. So you got your choice of these. Probably a more basic pair you get like probably to start off with her, and then a more upgraded pair. See the detail there. And then she has a staff that she could use. So she's a master of multiple weapons as well. I don't know if the main character, Luminary, does multiple weapons. He might only be sword. Alright, it's time for the main event here now. There are other Dragon Quest Bring Arts figures besides Dragon Quest 11. Like, they have some from different Dragon Quest games. Like, this one's from 3, Seeds of Salvation. Where you put 3 is the prequel to the first 2, actually. Because if you play it, because they just released like a year ago, they released the HD, 2D, 3D, whatever you want to call it, remake. So I played that, and it's the prequel to the first 2, which are available pretty soon. Well, they're already out, actually, because I'm planning on playing them. I'm waiting for a deal on them. I don't want to pay full price for a game that's already released. And you open it up, and you got a little description here, actually. A world threatened by the archfiend Baramus, the master of darkness, bent on world domination. Ortega, the far-famed hero of Elahan, departed on a journey to defeat Baramus, soon after being blessed with a child, only to disappear and never be heard from again. Years later, on the morning of his 16th birthday, Ortega's son is charged with an important task by the king of Elahan himself, to tread in his father's footsteps and slay the archfiend Baramus. Our young hero's quest to save the world is about to begin. Yes, he plays this guy. Plays this jabroni right here. Just take him out of the pack. Look at all those accessories. So he's pretty much the same as the hero from Dragon Quest 3, basically. Or from Dragon Quest 11. The only difference is he has an extra shield, like a regular shield that he starts off with as well. So let's take him out. Alright, here's the hero. He has some plastic on that you gotta take off, which easily comes out. Yeah, it easily just comes out like that. Here he is. And I actually had to pay a lot of money for this. Like it was somewhere between $300 and $400 I paid. I mean, this figure, it's not really readily available. Look at that. It's his cape. Like I had my eye on it for a long time, but over time there's like less and less of these available. And if you don't pull the trigger on some of these figures, you're not getting him. And he's only going to become more pricey. And you're probably going to be needing to import him out of Japan for the most part. But I think I got this in the United States from somebody. But yeah, this is him looking like Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Quest. This is a pretty good game. Pretty good. And if you want, you don't have to play it on normal. You can just play it on like the easiest difficulty, to where you don't really take any damage. Which I might play the first one, like, because I played the game all the way through on normal difficulty this game, and I got to like the final dungeon, and it's like there's like multiple boss battles in there, and it's like I had to go regrind every single time, and it's like I don't feel like doing this. Like I grinded so much, and you're expecting me just to grind. It's like I want to see the story through, but you know. I could have just took a break from it, came back later, did a little bit of grinding, but I didn't really feel like it. I just wanted to see what happened. But here he is. Here's your hero from Dragon Quest 3. I had to get him in my collection, you know. And let's take a look at some of the accessories, and I'll put him on the stand, which I don't even know how I want to put this guy on the stand because it's stank cape. Accessory-wise for this hero, you got 2 extra head sculpts. This one kind of just looks similar to, well, looks like he might be smiling in this one. And then he's on the attack in this one. The only real difference here is that he has an extra shield, really. This is like a shield I'm pretty sure you start off with before you get this one. Before you become the real hero. I don't remember where you got the shield at, but that's what it looks like on the other side. It's pretty plain, but looks pretty sweet. Same deal as the other hero. He has a holster for his regular, for the normal sword that you just put in there. Put on his back if you want. Then you got the Master Sword, not really called the Master Sword, but he has this too, and he has a little piece that you put it through. Same as the other guy. I don't want to mix them up. He also has an extra body piece here. Probably, I'm assuming, well, I don't know why. Maybe so you can do that kneeling pose. He likes to do like a kneeling pose, like in like the artwork. And maybe that's how you pull that off with this. So yeah, that's why he has this, I'm assuming. And then he comes with a little green slime, which I'm guessing is poisonous, since it's green. Maybe I'm wrong. And then you got his extra hands. And that's it. That's the whole Dragon Quest 11 line plus the hero. There are other Dragon Quest figures you can get. Like you can get the guy who runs the armor shop with the helmet on all the time. I think there's the main character from Dragon Quest 4 and the main character from Dragon Quest 5. There's some other characters too, but I don't know anything about them. I haven't played those games, so I'm not worried about them right now. But some of those characters are cheaper, actually. Maybe people don't care about those games as much, or they're not really sought after. So that's the whole line. So if you like this content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be back in here with some more videos. I was actually planning on doing Shawn Michaels Ultimate Edition today, but my other Shawn Michaels didn't show up, so I'll do it next weekend. But yeah, that's the end of the video, so I'll see you guys on the next one.